Valentino, what are your thoughts on Pena versus Harrison? Obviously, we know this is going to be a scrap.
Well, it's obviously going to be a scrap. They came on yesterday and almost scrapped from two different complete places. But this is one that I think that most people are looking forward to. I think everybody wants to see how Kayla Harrison does against a junkyard dog like Julianna Pena. Julianna Pena has been able to shock the world, winning the Ultimate Fighter, being a two-time bantamweight champion. But Kayla Harrison, her record speaks for itself. She brings a skill set that we haven't seen in that women's division in a long time. She brings the size, she's got the strength, and this is going to be a great fight. I'm so excited for this. It might be the fight I'm looking forward to most that night.
And I think that for Julianna, and I'm not saying this with a bias because that's my teammate, Julianna Pena is going to be the first opponent that Kayla Harrison has faced, dare I say, that is not shook by Kayla Harrison and what she brings into the octagon, what she brings into her fights, how physical she is, her judo accolades, her physical presence in itself. This is going to be the first opponent she's had that just doesn't give a rip about it. Julianna does not care. There's not a stitch of fear within her when it comes to this fight, and I think that's going to be the first time that Kayla Harrison has faced that, because sometimes in a lot of these fights, especially her fights before the UFC, she's fighting a lot lesser opposition.
Yeah.
This is going to be the first time where she's going to have to look eye to eye and stand across the octagon from a girl that is not scared and is going to be ready to take her to her limit, take her to deep waters, and ultimately get the win.
And I say this in the oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, even when she fought Ketlen Vieira was slapping her high five and making, are you okay? You want to reset? No. Julianna is going to attack, and I love this.
No, Julianna is a take the earrings off. Like, it's time to throw down.
With a shoe.
No, she is. She is. Listen, Valentina, you have beaten Julianna Pena. You submitted her in 2017. So I'm curious your thoughts on this matchup.
I would say that, for example, if we compare, if you see like my previous fight, like Manon, she was 12 wins without non-stop. And she was like thinking that championship fight, it's going to be the same. But championship fights, it's not the same. You will face different challenges. And I feel the same way. This is my main event in UFC 316. It's Julianna Pena against Kayla Harrison. And I feel the same way that it's going to be completely different fight for Kayla. And she will feel completely different because Julianna, she possesses this ability to win, to turn fight in the from the position when she's uncomfortable to the comfortable and win the fight. She doesn't scare like grappling because she can submit from any position and she can turn upside down. And it's very hard actually to shoot her down. It's very hard to knock her down because she has very good defense, very good strong head. And this is what I feel. Me being former opponent of Julianna, on a personal side, I definitely very like her style, and I like her a lot because how she's acting, her character, her personality, I like it, and I wish for both of fighters, for both girls, like a lot of success to win. But I will be rooting for Julianna.
Okay, that's what I was just going to ask. If you had a dog in this fight here, I wanted to get your guys' predictions or takes on this too. But you think you want her to win, or you think she will win?
I think she deserves, and I think she has everything to win because she won it, and this is the most important. Definitely, Kayla won it too, but I feel Julianna will do everything like double to win and secure the fight.
Maybe because she's defending her title.
Definitely, yes.
Mike, who do you think takes it?
Well,
Julianna has instructed him to say.
We already know the answer to this question. Julianna wins. And here's what I'm going to tell you why. And I don't want to get into the X's and O's because I know Julianna very well in her style, so I don't want to reveal anything. But I will say this. There will be moments in that fight that Kayla Harrison is going to look for a break, and she will not get one because we saw her slow down in the Ketlen Vieira fight and find opportunities to press Ketlen on the fence, look to catch a break. The weight cut's going to be hard on her.
I was just going to say,
Julianna will not give her a second to breathe in there. It doesn't matter if they are standing, if she's on top of her, if she's on bottom, if she's against the fence, if she's pushing her against the fence. There's no place within this fight where Kayla Harrison will have a moment to regroup, catch a breath, if she starts to fatigue, because Julianna has a bulletproof gas tank. She could fight for 10 rounds, and I think that that's going to be a big, big key component to this fight, is Julianna not giving her a break.
I love that argument, and I agree. And I hate the odds of this fight. But she's not going to stab me in my sleep like she will to him if I pick against her. So I'm
for the record, folks, Julianna is a big underdog.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to say Kayla Harrison. I think that with the fact that her ground and pound, don't say with her ground and pound, I think with the fact that she can use elbows, I think she can get it done a little earlier before it gets too late and maybe get a doctor stoppage. That's just what I think. I think she's going to win by a doctor stoppage. I don't think she's going to get Julianna to quit. I think the doctor's going to have to.
Oh, you see
right now. I got this pen in my hand.
I know, man. Chill out.
You saw the cut she had with Amanda last fight, and she never had doctor stoppage. So I'm very controversial that it's going to be doctor stoppage.
If she gets cut and the doctor tries to stop it, the doctor might get a doctor
stoppage. Exactly.
Julianna going to him.
Well, Kayla Harrison is currently a -625 favorite in this one, but folks, when she beat Amanda Nunes, I believe that she was a 625 underdog, Pena was. So just because she's an underdog, you cannot count her out. But listen, Michael, how about the main event, though? Merab Dvalishvili defending his title for the second time. This is the first fight, though, when he met Sugar Sean. Of course, Sugar Sean has got an uphill battle this time.
You know, I don't necessarily believe he has an uphill battle. Look, we can look at the first 4 rounds of this fight, and it was one-way traffic from Merab Dvalishvili. It was the pace. Look at the way he's able to throw the right hand, bring the hands above Sean O'Malley, get right to his takedowns, immediately getting his finish. The great movement, moving side to side, avoiding the big shots of Sean O'Malley. But the one thing that we did not see in this highlight package was the moments that Sean O'Malley had in round 5. In round 5, Sean O'Malley finally found the weapon to slow down Merab Dvalishvili, and it was the body shot. The way he was able to throw that teep kick to the body and stab Merab in the gut, he did not like that at all. And I truly believe that the body work is going to come into play in this fight because Merab is such a tough puzzle to crack. When you don't have time to breathe in there and you got a guy taking you down, pushing you to your limit, and you're able to find within that moment a weapon that you could use against him if you get a second chance to fight him. That's a beautiful thing to have headed into this rematch. So I think that the stabbing teep kicks are going to come into play. And if he can get Merab to keel over and slow down, Sean O'Malley can rifle his knees up as good as anybody. So I think the odds makers, once again, I think they have it a little bit wrong in this fight. But nonetheless, the numbers really don't matter. At the end of the day, these guys got to fight. So I'm really excited for this rematch. But I think it's going to be a different fight.
I think so, too. But for almost similar to what he's saying, I do believe Deshaun's going to make it closer. But when that doesn't work, if the body kicks don't work, if whatever he does to change doesn't work, it's going to break him. And I did not like what I saw when he was on his back against Merab. He did not look good on his back against Merab. He wasn't able to scramble enough. His jiu-jitsu wasn't good enough against Merab like I thought it would be. And I just don't see how he's going to make up for that if those body kicks don't work early and if he can't compete with Merab on the ground. He doesn't win this fight. I think Merab's going to beat him again.
And that's the other thing that he needs to do as well, Dean, is I didn't like how he was in open mat, kind of closing his guard, not really doing a lot. What he's got to do, he's got to show more urgency. You can't sit in guard in open space. If Merab takes you down, you have to give him hell or high water to find your way from the center of the octagon to the fence and build yourself back up to the feet. That's going to be his best shot to get off his back because he's not going to submit Merab from his guard. And if he gets taken down, which he's going to, he's got to show some urgency to get to the fence. When we say get to the fence, we say find a friend. If you can't get up from your guard, you got to find a friend. You got to get to that fence, wall walk, break the hands, get to space, and get to work.
Well, listen, champ. The other champ, Merab Dvalishvili, is a -305 favorite in this one, +245 for the former champ, Sean O'Malley. What do you make of the matchup?
Oh, I think it's going to be exciting fight because both fighters, they already know each other. They kind of have feelings, this breath, they feel the pace, and this is the most important. It's kind of like you might understand how to make your game plan work, but when you feel this old pressure on top of you, that someone is constantly pushing you, hitting you, it's different. And let's not forget it's 5 rounds. And everyone is gassing out. And but Merab looks like he's never gassing out.
Never.
Yeah, this is a very interesting fact about him, right? I like them both, and they have a very different fight style. And I feel if it's gonna be from Sean just one shot, it might work, but if it go all around, it's going to be constant pressure, and it's like this pressure will make you tired. It's make you tired by the end. It's definitely, if nothing is work, it's kind of like breaking you down. It's slowing you down. But everyone is excited to see the improvement in the both fighters' game, because when you win the belt and you are defending belt, so you are becoming better fighter, more knowledgeable fighter, and this is kind of like the amazing thing. And now all the pressure, I feel it's on Sean, because he won it back.
Yeah.
He wants, he understood all his errors, but the question every time, if you can make it, if like you do something right, not only physically, but also mentally. So this is the key. You have to have this balance, mentally, physically, to find the goal and achieve your, achieve your victory.
Well, there is a lot of pressure on these guys. So who do you think is going to be victorious, Ann Stiller or Ann New?
I mean, it is so hard to pick against Merab Dvalishvili. I mean, it's like what he brings to the octagon, and I think that the thing that stands out is the pace. Yeah. The pace that he could sustain over the course of 5 rounds. It's inhuman. It doesn't even make sense when you watch him fight. The guy can shoot 100 takedowns, and there's nothing more exhausting than when you are shooting failed takedowns. When you shoot takedowns and you are getting stuffed and you are not getting them, it is exhausting. And to me, I just feel like he just gains more momentum. You keep stuffing takedowns, it's like he just can put out more energy until he finally gets it.
It helps him level up instead. You're like feeding his battery every time.
And like I said, for Sean, he finally found one thing that can work against him, and he's going to have to try to find a way to find that one thing. And that one thing that he could potentially have, which is the body work that I alluded to, it's not going to beat the one thing I think that Merab does so well, and that's the pace. But we'll see what happens.
Think about this. Henry Cejudo, Peter Yan, Umar Nurmagomedov, and Sean, he blanked those dudes.
Yeah, he did.
He blanked it. I mean, he was shooting on them dudes nonstop. None of them could stop his takedown. I don't see how this is any different.
Yeah. So Ann Still for you.
Ann Still.
What do you think? Ann Still or Ann
Oh,
New?
I kind of like, I don't want completely make any prediction in this fight, because I feel this is, for me, as a fighter, sometimes like after my fight, I see who was like betting against me and say like, okay, I remember you. So this is like no prediction in this fight. No.
That's fine. That's
the hard thing about this job, though, is you have to understand,
I thought she was going to shoot me because
Tim Welch is a guy. Tim Welch is a guy I trained with.
Good to know, because you was not in my list.